And the first recipe I'm going to be showing you is for fluffy slime. We're going to need some glue, and I use the extra strong PVA glue from The Works, and this costs £3. After that, I go with my shaving foam, and I use the Gillette Sensitive one because this doesn't smell as much, and this is what makes it really fluffy. And to add some more fluff, I also use some foaming hand wash, and this is just from Tesco in the kids section. Sometimes fluffy slime can be a little hard, so when I make it softer, I add some lotion, and I'm just using the Nivea lotion, but I don't have a set lotion that I normally use. Then I just go in and mix all of the wet items up before I go in with my cornstarch, and this is called corn flour in the UK, and the corn flour I use is from Tesco, and I get it from the baking aisle next to all the flour and other ingredients, and I think it costs 70p for a huge jar, so it's really good. I like to use about a cup of corn flour in my mix just because it helps the slime hold its shape really well after you've activated it, and it makes it so fun to swirl. But the main reason I add so much corn flour is because the activator I use contains a lot of water, so if you don't add that much, then it's not absorbing it and it kind of becomes jiggly and kind of gross. So the activator we're going to be using is Kershaw's Laundry Sludge, and I use 3 tablespoons of this and then pop it into a 4-ounce container, fill up the rest of the container with some cold water. I then mix it all up, and you need to add this very quickly. It isn't the type of activator that you can have sitting around because all the powder sinks to the bottom. So make it just as you finish mixing all the other ingredients, just at the end point, and it will be fine. But what happens is the slime becomes really hard, and then the more you stir it, the stickier it becomes, which is kind of weird. It's the opposite of what you want to happen when you're activating a slime. But I find that once I've added my whole cup in, that's enough to fully activate the slime, even though it may not look like it at first. You just need to keep stirring it, and eventually it will become too hard to stir with your spatula, and you may need to go in with your hands. And what I find is that it's really sticky inside, but on the outside it's quite tough. So if you play with it for 5 minutes, then it becomes like a normal slime, and it's so fun to play with.